Alright, Shalom. Praise the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. This lesson here is going to be a world without Edomites. Okay? So if you see on the screen, you have this top picture, looks like the vegetation is gone and, just all like a drought in the land. Crops are gone. And it says a world without bees. Okay, Esau is trying to eliminate bees out of the ecosystem. Okay, bees are a detrimental part of especially the pollination and just the moving about of seeds from plants to plants. Just bees have their purpose in the earth, as do the as does the pig, as does the crawfish and lobsters and crabs. Catfish, all those things that are fished out, everything is good to their purpose, and everything has its purpose. But when things are not used or allowed to, to carry out their purpose, this is what you get. All right, the next one says a world without trees and animals. Okay, they cut down, all the trees and forestry, to build up cities and concrete and, just being a demon. That's what they do. All right, they move animals out of their natural habitats or corner them, or take up their habitats, with these cities and just all kind of things. Put them in zoos, which is basically imprisoning them. All right, and then the last one, it says a world without Edomites. Look like paradise. And the funny thing about it is, that's exactly what it's going to be. The earth will actually be able to function like it's meant to be, like it was meant to function once Esau is taken down. Alright. Let's see, this is Sirach chapter 14 verse 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. All right. Esau is evil to himself. He's not just evil to Israel. He's not just evil to Moab. He's not just evil to Ammon. He's not just evil to, any of the other nations. He's evil to Esau. Is evil to Esau. Esau will cut Esau down. Esau will kill Esau. They're just ridiculous, But you can't expect any good to come out of the wicked. Esau was deemed as the wicked of the earth, so he's going to bring about the left-hand energy or the destruction in the earth. Okay, you can't expect good to come out of that because he was not meant to do good. So thus you can't trust him, and that's what our people have a problem with. They love trusting in their enemy. Let's see. This is Isaiah chapter 14, and I'm going to start at verse 4. It says, I'm going to start at verse 3. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow. Micah 2 and 10, rise apart. This is not your rest. So when we finally get rest, because right now we can't rest, all right? And from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked, and the scepter of the ruler. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. Right now, the earth can't rest under Esau's rulership. And they break forth into singing. All right? The whole earth will break forth into singing. The whole earth, the plants, the animals, the trees, the waters, the skies, the stars, the bodies, everything. Not just earth, but everything, all the creation is going to rejoice when the wicked is put down. All right, when that time comes, we'll be able to get that last picture there. A world without Edomites. Alright, let's see. This is Zechariah chapter 8. And I'm going to start at verse 3. Zechariah 8 verse 3 says, Thus saith the Lord, I am returned unto Zion, and will dwell in the midst of Jerusalem. That's how you know it's going to be in the kingdom, because he'll dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and he's returned. Alright, and Jerusalem shall be called a city of truth, and the mountain of the Lord of hosts, the holy mountain. Alright, the government. Alright, the power structure. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, there shall yet old men and old women dwell in the streets of Jerusalem, and every man with his staff in his hand for very age. And the streets of the city shall be full of boys and girls playing in the streets thereof. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, if it be marvelous in the eyes of the remnant of his people, of this people, in these days should it also be marvelous in mine eyes, saith the Lord of hosts. Alright, so when that time comes where Edom won't be here, our boys and girls can play in the streets and not have to worry about, no drunk driver running them over, coming out and hitting them. You won't have to worry about things like that. We'll finally be at peace. Alright. Alright, this is Obadiah verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done it. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine head. And he's talking about Edom. They're going to get what they dished out in this kingdom here, is what they're going to get back double. Twofold. Alright. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, Israel, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. You're going to possess the ones who possessed us. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh hath spoken. Alright? So, at that time, Esau is going to be put out. And it says, none shall remain. Alright. Let's see. This is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. So in Israel, which is the righteous seed, when our people are in rulership, or when we become in authority, the whole earth is going to rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Alright? So the people are going to mourn, or the people are mourning under Esau's rulership, while the righteous are rejoicing right now. I mean, not right now, but when the righteous are going to be ruling, the whole earth will be rejoicing. This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 12. I'm going to start at verse 11. It says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heaven being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. All right. We're looking for that world without Edomites, because that will be a new heaven and a new earth. And it doesn't mean a new created heaven and a new created earth. I mean, it's going to be refreshed. It's going to, basically be cleaned up. Be like brand new again. All right. So this has been a world without Edomites. Call all Yahweh Shem Al Shai by Shem Kakwadash. I hope you edified on that. So, Shalom.